table is gonna take off the dirty pieces of it. Okay, main those dirty pieces that have urine, poop, or vegetable things. After that, he's going to take a sample like this. We call that in Spanish mecha. And this mecha, this sample, we're gonna check two things. The first one is how strong the wool is. Okay, we're gonna do this. Why? In this case, the wool doesn't break, so that means that the sheep is healthy. Have enough food, enough water, good winter, healthy. Good for her, good for us. If it breaks, that means that the sheep is weak, and also means that the quality of the wool will go lower. Then, a professional eye, not mine, maybe my uncle's eye, my grandfather's eye, will check how thin the wool is. Because we measure the wool in microns, and depending on how much microns the wool has, is the quality of the wool and the price that we're gonna get. So, after that, we're gonna gather the wool all together like that. And we're gonna put that inside that press over there. In that press, you can put around 50 of those. ¿Cuánto pesa ese vellón?
5 kilos, 6 kilos.
Okay, so
6 kilos.
this, please, is around 6 kilos. We just take off 6 kilos of her body. Amazing. It'd be so easy. we just take care of her body, 6 kilos of wool. So now she feels lighter. She can move better. And she won't feel cold because in her body, as you can see, she has a greasy. That's called lanolin. And the lanolin protects her body. After we put the wool in that press, we're gonna do the bales that we have around here. And our job as estancia ends here with the bales. Now we have to sell that. To sell the wool, we're gonna take sample of each bale and we're gonna send that to international recognized laboratory in New Zealand. In New Zealand, they're gonna analyze our wool and they're gonna send us back a certificate with the quality of our wool and how much percentage of clean wool you can take off a dirty fleece, because we're gonna get paid for clean kilo of wool. So for example, this bale can weigh around 300 kilos. We're gonna get paid for the 80% of this. 20% of this is lost for us. Now, the price. We sell the wool, the only market nowadays for the wool is China. So we sell the wool like this and go straight to China. They're gonna process the wool over there. The price of the wool nowadays is $1.60 per kilo of wool. 6 years ago was $6 per kilo. And in the pandemic, it went up to 60 cents the clean kilo of wool. So we as a farm decide to not sell the wool those years, and we sell this year, the last year, we sell our wool because the price went higher than $1. That's good for us because with that we can pay all the people who come to shear, and we still have a bit of income. So nowadays our main income as estancia is not the wool, but the meat, the lamb meat and the cattle. The lamb meat goes to Europe and Middle East, and the cattle goes to China as well nowadays. So, gonna sell the wool, they're gonna put the wool over there in China. In China, they're gonna wash the wool, they're gonna do a first wash of the wool, and it will look like this. This is the first wash wool. If you touch this and you touch this, it's a bit greasy. That is the lanolin. The lanolin is used to do cosmetics and creams. And that is a win for the buyer, not for us. We don't get paid for the lanolin. So they're gonna wash the wool with only hot water to take away the lanolin. And then they're gonna wash it again with chemics and detergents and have, as you can see, very, very white. So the corride is a very good quality of wool to mix with any type of color that you want and any type of textiles that you want. The wool is a material that is used to do long-term things. So this type of wool nowadays is used to do curtains, carpets, textile to use in sofas and things like that. Also clothes, but clothes with higher prices. And so after they clean it, they are going to do this. This is what we call tops. And this is what they sell to the market, to the industry. This is what the industry is going to buy to then mixture and do whatever they need or whatever they want. This is an example of it, and this is an example of a wool. This is a first time hilo. Well, this is the first time that this is a 3 times, so it's a bit softer than this. So this is the process of the wool. Nowadays, the best quality of wool is merino. Okay, if you buy something that has merino wool, it will sell in the etiquette merino, because you're paying for that. You're paying for the merino. But if you have maybe 20%, 10% of wool in something that you buy, mostly will be Corriedale wool. In other parts of the world, as Germany, for example, or England, the price of the wool is mostly nothing. So they're using the wool nowadays to, when they build houses, to the isolation.
Insulation.
And also they use the wool to put it in between for the isolation. That is the other market now that they're using for the wool. In our case, we're still selling it to China because they're still using it to do clothes or carpets or curtain or whatever. So that is the process of the wool. Do you have any questions?